Hello, I'm Alex Hewitt. I live in France. I'm 17 years old, and today I'm going to be doing a music theory, the music theory audition. So first of all, I just want to tell you that I haven't had much experience with music theory, but I'm going to do my best to tell you what I know and what I don't know. So let's start off with the circle of fifths. So I'm going to draw a circle here and draw lines as if it's a clock, like this. Then I'm going to write C here. 5, add 5 and you get G. Add 5 and you get D, A, so on, B, no, sorry, not B, E, B, then F sharp, since B does not have a sharp. Then we go backwards, so here it's F, then B flat. So we're basically going backwards. E flat, A flat, and D flat. But you can also write G flat here and C flat here. Now, C means that there are no sharps. G means that there's one sharp. D means that there are two, so on, just like the flats. F means one flat, B flat means two flats, so on. So that is the circle of fifths. Now, to be able to identify which notes you need to put, you write the notes in order. Like this. So then you take your C, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you get G. So in our circle that we draw, we saw that there was a G afterwards. You go 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you find a D, which is similar, which is after the G. So next, let's talk about key signatures, since we're talking about sharps and flats. Oh yeah, by the way, it's the same with the flats to identify, but you have to go backwards. So let's draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and let's something like that. Apologies for the drawing. I've got my line here, and for example, say that there is a sharp here and a sharp there. Let's draw an F and a B here. And you know that when there's a sharp on the beginning, it's a sharp all the way through the song, until there's a line here that says stop. But if there isn't one of those, there is always a sharp on those lines, so the same notes. Also, this is an F. If you play an F on the bottom as well, it will also be a sharp, since it's a sharp on top. So now let's talk about something I know a bit about, called time signatures. So here's my lines with the clé de sol, we call that in French. I don't know what you call it in English, but It's the clé du sol in French. So for the time signatures, you'll get numbers, two numbers. So let's go with 4/4. No, it can be 2/4, 4/4, 6/8, 7/8. But let's talk about the top first. That tells you how many beats there are in a bar. How many beats there are in a bar, sorry. So let's write an example here. There, like this. Doof, doof, doof. Doof, 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 doof. Like this. Here's an example of 4/4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be 3/4, so it can be a bit like waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it can also be. You can also have 8 on the bottom, so it can be 6/8, 5/8. So 6/8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the number on the bottom is less important, as we say, because it's a different rhythm. So 8 is a bit like an eighth. 4 is a bit like a quarter, and that's time signature. I also know chords and scales, but I do realise that I've got a lot to learn when it comes to music theory, but I am very eager to learn. So thank you for listening, and goodbye.